this is KRBrickBot, and this is Tobot V Season 3 Mini Combiner Number 1 Mini Titan V, aka King Titan. Ooh, he gets a royal promotion and also slightly differentiated from Tobot Titan. Yeah, so this is a pretty flat red box. Flat red renders of the actual toy. Got a little scrunch on the side, but there is 1, 2, 3. Titan V, robot, the sword, the 3 vehicles. Also includes a little storage box there. June of 22. You have to really get it in there or just pull it off on the other side to have this pre-assembled storage box. So we have a Tiny Titan and a Titan Titan. Of course, it's a pretty good downscaling. The main paint simplification, of course, doesn't have any hint of orange accents, which really does make this pop a little more. With or without the chest torso. And also, of course, missing out a couple of, gunmetal and other little bits, although they're the main ones here. And it kind of looks like the mini one is proportioned a bit differently. Maybe it's due to the hands looking a little meatier on this one, and then the arms being one solid color and not broken up with white. Kind of makes the arms look a little beefier. Of course, the face is the important part of a character, so if you're going to shrink and simplify it, you're gonna have to capture the essentials without budget. Yeah, it's a baby blue visor completely covering his eyes, which you can kind of make out with clear, but since there is absolutely no clear plastic here, this is the best he could do, which, the visor robot face look would look pretty cool, but this is one of those weird ones, just the plain cockpit with a cone head and then sticking out, so you could barely make out that tiny little face, which, it doesn't look so much like a character, more like a drone, just like a giant mecha thing. Articulation, nothing at the head. Ball socketed legs are a little weird, like they go forward and back, and there's a cut right there, so I guess if this thing had clearance, you could make them go inward, you could just, like that. No knees whatsoever, so stiff walking. Obtuse elbow there, and a ball-socketed shoulder that goes a little inward, which is significant because the big one can't do that without moving this. Because these are square mounts, but these are round ball socket mounts. So that's a little improvement. And the wrists go inward. Yeah, so for the mini version, the lower section just completely inferior to these legs, but the upper arms are superior by the mere addition of round shoulders. Another engineering change is the chest and the sword. Yeah, you just simply have this entire separate sword and handle, painted blue and hollow white underside, all those stylized, and just click that in, and then put in the hand, and you have the sword. But because of how this is constructed, you could actually just leave the chest on here and just have a bare sword, no hilt. Kinda like a short staff glaive. Yeah, so he can have his cake and eat it too, unlike the big one, which you have to take off the sword to have any use for it, which makes his chest look quite naked. Unlike this, which you could have both. Or if you just want this for accuracy, but yeah, this looks much cooler. Quick size comparison with a Core, a Deluxe, and a Voyager. And the final size comparison. 1/44 scale smaller than I thought. Yeah, I would say Mini Titan V's Gundam size was on a fantasy size scaling. Ironically, I've said that Tobot is more like Gundam in the fact that both series have man-manufactured mecha machines, but mixed with Transformers. Unlike Tobot V, which are fantastical alien super robots. Alright, for separation, though I worry for their longevity because, the friction. But, yeah, so if you put this on the second time, it might be slightly looser each time, but at least these are the stronger ABS plastic, so it's probably not going to stress out as much. Click that together, put that in, fists in, little tacky on. Pretty tight slider joint there. Click in, and then just one hinge here, and then there's a little leg flaps here. Mini Wild Chief. Yeah, turn the plane around, click this in, the turbines in, these forward, slide the face plate. Mini Jet Thunder. As I said before, the big Mini Titan V's components were pretty small for Tobots. And so these are even tinier. They're like mini cars, but not quite mini cars. Yeah, it's a nice little tachyon. There's even the tachyon molded right here. Very simplified wheels. It does have the little rim details here, but yeah, nice little pinned wheels, which jut out of the vehicle. Yeah, that looks a little strange for a speed race car. Also, huge round shoulder hinge bumps, which were much smaller and narrower on the big one. I mean, they both look pretty unsightly, just having a bulge right in the windshield, but with a smaller thing, this is much more noticeable, so not much you can do about that. Nice little painted front bumper there. No painted sensor here, just a little nub there at least. Nice little simplification of vents. No gas caps whatsoever, and then pretty plain on the side other than the white trim all around, even the top of the wheel guard. No extra flaps here, so you have bits of black here, which doesn't look too bad. Yeah, apart from the hinge and the wheels, this is a nice little mini car tachyon in red. And then the Mini Wild Chief. Of course, it's missing out all of the orange and even the gunmetal, only the front bumper, so this is looking pretty plain all around except the black windows. Other than that, it looks pretty okay. I mean, the mud guards are jutting out way more. And a big sliding gap right there because there is no panel to cover this up. Yeah, so it's a mini Jeep. What you gonna do about it? And then the Mini Jet Thunder, which is actually cast in that milkier bluish white, much like the Master B and Mini Master B. Yeah, so that's a white compared to bluish white. It's an okay color. I mean, compared to the others, this one looks the most faithful. Yeah, just not much red. The bit skipping out of red there has the red trimming on the front at least. Also, yeah, you can see how the ball socket shoulders, they kind of fit in. They kind of stick out more than the square shoulders, but if it means they do function better, this is okay. Actually, the waffling is actually reversed on the tail fin here. And the vents are a little downward compared to these bigger ones and yeah, and such. All sorts of minor simplification details. Much more waffly under wings and such. Yeah, this is a nice tiny plane. So this is a slightly big scale for mini cars. It's a bit too big for true 164. I don't know, maybe it could fit into these slightly bigger type of cars. Yeah, so yeah, just compared to like, it has to be like the non-standard scale of miniature cars for this to scale well in vehicle mode at least. And don't get even started on tiny little planes. Well, there are plenty of little airliner planes, so this tiny plane could fit with those other planes. It's funny to think of the vehicle scales when Transformer combiners grow in size. You can still put the sword on a plane if you want to keep it together. I guess you could also reverse it. It just holds in there by friction, but it is still intentionally designed to go only one way, but you know, you could just cheat it a bit. Yeah, I don't know what that is, that a sword blade, just Oh, but you know, the thing is, because of how this thing just kind of slides in like this. Sword shooting action! This is kind of fun to have just an unintentional pressure launcher. Watch the pointy end though. And let's not forget the most important accessory, the storage box. Nice little thing to put the sword in when in vehicle mode. Let's see if we can get all of these guys in. Yeah, to fold up the wings here. Yeah, I think they only intended to put the sword in, but not all three of these guys. Yeah, that kind of works. Yeah, maybe fold this up it. Yeah, like torso crunch. Then the boss sockets actually just bulge out, so yeah, I guess you can kinda, but it's not intended to, so you can just barely store everything in there, and it's a soft box, so you could get some dents in there if you just jostles it around, but overall, it is possible to compact this big box into this tiny box. Yeah, just only a fifth of the display mode packaging. Yeah, so this is probably a good idea to have the extra box in the box, even if disassembled, so you can have a compact storage mode after you buy the main product, and then just keeps it around for compact storage while you can just throw away this oversized packaging. This is a pretty good tiny Titan. Has some less features than the bigger Titan and some little more features than the bigger Titan. And yeah, I guess it does its job of being a simplified miniature version, affordable version. But other than being the pocket-sized version, you probably just want to get it for scale. Yeah, but the thing is, like, Titan implies big, so you probably want a big toy of a Titan robot, so the original Titan V is already pretty big. Yeah, it's that big. Yeah, this is slightly bigger, but it's not supposed to be this small, so if you want things that scale with this, then you would want to get some mini KRBrickBots. But if you really insisted that the fiction defines the scale, no matter how much sense it makes or little whatsoever, then this is absolutely colossal, and then a little Gundam is not gonna cut it. But kids at this point really don't care about scale, so it's your choice whether you just want to get one or the other or both, as with all these minis.